Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati. Let's talk about New Japan Climax 35, night 9. We are 9 nights deep into this tournament, and we are definitely feeling the effects of a lot of the good stuff has already happened, and we're kind of just in the middle of the whole thing where people are racking up a lot of points. And it's kind of anyone's game still right now because we're in the middle, and we're just gonna have to wait and see like what happens from here. So for this review, I'm just gonna say who won and then where we at with the points, because a lot of the things that are happening are very repetitive to me. While I still say it's worth the I can't say it's worth the watch for everybody. Me, I love wrestling. I don't necessarily like to skip on it if I think it's really important. But there was a lot of parts here where I was just kind of bored with what was going on, and I just want to sit there and watch sweaty men wrestle each other. And if you're into that, then watch the whole thing. But honestly, a lot of it was skippable. We do have our tag team matches. And then we have our Block A matches. Now, I do want to say one thing before I let you guys know the results is I am not happy with what's going on in terms of the bill for Forbidden Door. I know that's an AEW thing, but this is also supposed to be a New Japan thing as well. And they have given the, like, I guess you could say commercial-ish President Tanahashi going to the UK, and he said it's the last time he's going to be in the UK, so get your tickets for Forbidden Door. And honestly, it feels like the door is closed. It really does. And when I'm watching the tag matches, I didn't necessarily connect the dots here, but they're only using certain people for the tag matches over and over again who are not part of the tournament. And I've been seeing a few other New Japan wrestlers like in DDT and things like that. So it's not like nobody's available to help build Forbidden Door. It's just that I guess you could say the key players of New Japan are busy within the G1 Climax. And honestly, I still feel like we can still get a couple of these guys and girls, because we have no girls from Stardom, to be in the Forbidden Door card. And I wish we would just move along with that. But anyway, let's talk about the G1 Climax. So, like I said in my last review, that tonight, President Tanahashi, who's going to be in the main event to go against Yuya Uemura, has to win in order to get his 100th G1 win, which is so fucking crazy when you think about it. And he does have several matches after this, so maybe it wouldn't matter if he would win tonight or not. I still think that regardless, he gonna get that 100 wins anyway. Our first match of the night, we have Yoshihashi teaming up with Sho Mikado to go against Shota Umino and Kazuya Morishima. Shota's team ends up taking the win. You guys already know Shota's going to be going against Yoshihashi tomorrow night for night 10. Now, we have tag team action again. We have our boys representing the Don Callis family. Konosuke Takeshita and Rocky Romero. And when I'm looking at Takeshita, I was like, baby, you got your ass whooped the other day, but you look good. He actually didn't look like he gotten beaten up by Zack Sabre Jr. So he actually looked pretty great in the ring. And that's the one thing that I actually like about this, that everyone is probably beating the fuck up, but they're continuing, and you don't see the fatigue. You don't see anyone that looks necessarily injured or anything like that. These guys are absolutely awesome. Anyway, Don Callis family going against Drilla Maloney, Lord, and Taji Ishimori. Somehow, some way, our War Dogs end up taking the win, which was interesting. And Rocky Romero, what's going on, bro? What's going on? You're supposed to be the leader of Block C, remember? And now you're taking L's. It's not going good for Rocky Romero. Now we do have El Phantasmo teaming up with Jado to go against Shingo Takagi and Daiki Nagai. El Phantasmo's team end up taking the win. So tomorrow night, we're going to have El Phantasmo going against Shingo Takagi. And for our last tag team match, we do have the Great Okan teaming up with Jacob Austin Young to go against Zack Sabre Jr. and Hartley Jackson. Hartley Jackson, once again, getting our team, our boys, a W, which I really do appreciate. Now, we're going to have Great Okan versus Zack Sabre Jr. For night 10. The tag matches are pretty interesting. We're still at that point where I feel like they don't necessarily get anybody hyped up for the block matches. So, those things kind of skippable. you can watch the block matches. So let's talk about block A matches of the night. So for our first block A match, we have Sonata wearing this weird ass disco ball white suit, and he had these glasses that are like hands, and they're like this that don't cover your eyes, but it looks like this. And I was just like, bro, who is your stylist? Fire them. At this point, we have to acknowledge that, you know, he's going through something. Let him get through his little fashion crisis, and he'll be fine. Sonata's going against Cullum Newman. And obviously, Sonata being part of House of Torture, I was just like, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till they come on out and just start cheating. Actually, no one comes out, which was a shocker. But Sonata does resort into cheating, which doesn't help him. Cullum Newman actually takes the win. I was actually surprised about this. I didn't think that he would end up taking the win, but we'll see where things go for Cullum moving forward in the competition. Now, our next match, we have Evil going against Roihei Oiba. And I watched the video that New Japan posted earlier of Roihei at the gym. Oh my God. This is the content that I absolutely enjoy on my spare time. And Evil comes out there, and you already know House of Torture was Mobb Deep. They came on out there, and they helped Evil take the win. And once again, I'm just saying, so where is TMDK? Where are the boys? Zach and Hartley already had their match. They couldn't come out there and just make sure we play fair. Where's everyone else in the group? Kosei and everybody else that's in that group. Nobody came on out there just to make sure that Roihei was going to be okay. I am so like not understanding what's going on with that. Evil ends up taking his 2 little points. After this, Oleg Bolton. Oh, I like him. I really like him. Going against David Finlay. David Finlay shocks the world and take the win. I think he, other than Gabe, who obviously had to, you know, forfeit the competition, I think he was like at the least amount of points, but I guess he's moving on and working his way through the competition. He ain't winning though. We're not even worried about that. Our next match, we have Yota Tsuji going against Taichi. Taichi has consistently had the best matches in this tournament, so I recommend this. I absolutely do. He's definitely the fan favorite of the competition, and Yota Tsuji knows this. You know, we love you. We love you, but Tsuji knows he has to put a lot of work to beat Taichi, and this was a really great match. I wouldn't say it's one of the best, but it's definitely a recommended match for sure. Taichi, surprise, surprise, ended up taking the win. And everyone, at least in the crowd, seems really happy about this. I don't know what his odds are in terms of winning the competition, but so far it's still kind of anyone's game since we're like right in the middle of the tournament. Now for our main event, President Tanahashi going against Yuya Uemura. Tanahashi, y'all say what y'all want about his knees. They are cooked, but our president's still cooking in the ring. He's still doing his very best, which I do appreciate. Sometimes I wish, I know he's at that last leg, you know, that last few months of his career, his in-ring career, and I see him, he's really working hard, and I'm just like, hey, you know, I know you don't want to slow down, but you want to make it to Wrestle Kingdom, right? Like, we got to turn it down a notch. I do feel like the G1 is an opportunity for President Tanahashi to put over a lot of the young talent, so he doesn't have to win everything. And, you know, like I said, if he gets that 100th win, then that's fine. And probably doesn't even matter if he gets any other wins, but not tonight. Yuya Uemura ends up taking the win. And President Tanahashi, you know, he a little sad about it, a little salty, but proud for Yuya for the win. Now, where are we with the points? I'll tell you. So, for Block A, we have, with 8 points, Evil, Yota Tsuji, Yuya Uemura. And for 6 points, we have Oleg Bolton, Cullum Newman, Roihei Oiba, and Taichi. And with 4 points, we have Sonata, David Finlay, and Tanahashi. Cool. Block B, 8 points, Drilla Maloney, Great Khan, Ren Narita, Yoshihashi. 6 points, our boy Takeshita, Shota Umino, Zack Sabre Jr., and then with 4 points, we have El Phantasmo and Shingo Takagi. Great. Takeshita still got 6 points. It's not looking good for the prayers that's supposed to go up about Takeshita winning this whole thing. But like I said, it's still anyone's game at this point. So we got quite a few people with 8 points. Well, that's pretty cool to see people advancing. And even those who have 6 points, I still think it's not too far-fetched to see them catch up and even make more points to get even higher up on the board. So so far it's still a interesting tournament. We're just at that middle part where it's like we got to get through this to get to where we want to go. Still a good show. I will be reviewing night 10 of G1 Climax 35. I'll see you guys then.